It was 1979, and I had just graduated from college with honors. I should be happy, right? Wrong! The truth be told, I was very, very lonely. I was 22 years old and eager to start a family. However, I had two problems. I didn't have a job offer, and I didn't have a wife. Not even a girlfriend. So, to make matters worse, I returned to St. Louis in a very, very poor job market. I looked for a job everywhere. In those days, you didn't just apply for jobs on the computer. You had to pound the pavement, okay? So later that year, Jeff, who was my friend and he was still in college, he asked me to come back to campus for the homecoming game and dance. So, I decided that I would make the trip back to Central Missouri State University. It was nice to be back on campus and to see my old college buddies and to attend the football game. After the game, Jeff and I decided to visit a girl named Sandra. I used to kind of like Sandra, but I didn't know her that well because she lived off campus. She was very, very attractive, soft-spoken and ladylike, and she was from a small town called Chillicothe. Me observing that Sandra was happy to see Greg and me most of my life, I had decided to date city girls. I thought it might be more successful dating a small-town girl. So I asked Sandra if she would like to go to the homecoming dance with me. She made a warm smile and appeared as if she wanted to go. She at first said yes, and then she pondered it, and she shook her head no. She said, I really shouldn't go. And I asked her why, but she didn't want to give a reason. Now, I just thought she is a very shy girl. That she didn't want to give me a reason. However, she was very eager to give me her phone number so we could stay in touch. Now, Jeff and I went back to his dorm and decided not to go to the homecoming dance. Instead, I wanted to talk about Sandra. Mary, Jeff's girlfriend, was also there, and she gave me the female perspective. She believed that Sandra liked me. It's just that Sandra didn't know me that well, and she wasn't ready to go out yet. So when I returned to St. Louis, I called Sandra 4 or 5 times out of the week, okay? And I could hear the excitement in her voice every single time I called. One day, she told me that her sister, who lived in St. Louis, was having a family get-together. Right? She pleaded with me to come and to meet her mother. Now, on the day of the get-together, I met Sandra's entire family. We played family games and we had a good time. And when it was time to leave, I took Sandra on the side and said, now give me some sugar. And she loved it. I kissed her on the cheek and she loved it. At this point, I had fallen in love. Okay? Now, it appeared that it was mutual. She told her family that I was 1 in a million. A week or so later, I called Sandra and I told her I was coming back to college to see her on the weekend. I thought she would be happy, but...
Jackie, don't come up here.
Why?
I have to study for my exam next week.
Oh. Okay, well, maybe another time.
Okay, thank you.
Still, I didn't know why she was so hysterical. But I decided to go up there anyway. Yeah, I just wanted to pop in for an hour or two. Besides, I really wanted to see Jeff and my other friends. So, when I got into town, I went straight to Sandra's house. I knocked on the door several times, but she didn't answer. Her car was there, so, I thought, she's just taking a nap. So I decided to leave and come back later. And so later, when I returned to Sandra's place, this time I knocked on the door, and I could see her peeping through the window. Now, she could see that I saw her looking at me. Okay? So she had to open the door. This time when she opened the door, she had like a very sad and depressed look. Hey, Sandra.
Hey, Jackie.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, I wanted to surprise you. Spend an hour or two with you.
Van will be coming over in a few minutes.
Are you studying together?
No.
Then why is he coming over? Hey, why is he coming over?
We're seeing each other.
How come you didn't tell me?
I told you not to come up here.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me you were seeing someone. Hey.
Hey, Van.
Excuse me, Jackie. I need to talk to Sam.
Don't bother, Van. I was just leaving.
Wait, Jackie. You can take these back.
I was badly hurt. I left without making a sentence. I went over to Jeff's place to tell him what had happened and to have a shoulder to cry on. Mary was over there too, and she quickly assessed the situation. Now, she told me that Sandra put me in the layaway. When I asked her what that meant, she told me that it means that Sandra wanted Vam now because he was here on campus, but she wanted to save me for later. Especially if her and Vam didn't work out. It made sense why she was so frantic about me coming up there. She simply wanted to use me as a rebound or a layaway. Sandra knew I wouldn't stand for an arrangement like that, so she tried to be sneaky. She didn't lie per se, but she was very, very deceitful. And to me, that is just as bad. Now, Jeff, who knew Vam better than I did, said Vam has this bad boy attitude and that Sandra won't be able to deal with his behavior. Mary also added that he's a playboy and he would drop Sandra like a hot potato as soon as he finds another girl with bigger boobs. I asked my friends what I should do. They suggested that I simply walk away and I never talk to her again. On the contrary, Mary said no. No, you should tell her off when you get back home. She needs to know that what she did was wrong. So, when I returned to St. Louis, I called Sandra. We got into a bad fight. Bad. And I asked her why she didn't tell me everything. And she said that she didn't have to because we were just friends. But I reminded her that she pleaded with me to meet my family, to meet her family, rather, and that we kissed afterwards. And I also told her about her little layaway game to keep Vam and I separated. Friends don't just do stuff like that. But still, Sandra insisted. She said that she was simply being friendly to me because she never meant to lead me on. So finally I said to her one day, "You're going to regret that you lost the right man." This infuriated her, and she shot back at me. "Why did you say that?" Then she slammed the phone down. I was devastated. I had never been hurt like that in my life. My first love had put me in the layaway. As a result, I could barely eat or sleep for 2-3 weeks. Several months later, I heard Vam got kicked out of school for stealing. And 2 years later, Sandra came to town visited her family. She gave me a call out of the blue. She talked as if nothing had happened. Still, it was kind of nice to hear from her. So I took her out for dinner. And after, we went roller skating and we had a lot of fun. Okay? When I took her home, I could tell that she wanted to get close and to have a relationship. I told her, "Why did you deceive me? Why did you mistreat me? You know that I was better for you than them." She admitted,
You're right, Jackie. I mean, I blew it. I just wasn't thinking. But you know, Jackie, that was 2 years ago.
Now I didn't tell her, but the hurt was still there. I also didn't tell her that I was currently interested in another woman. Suddenly I said to myself, now is the perfect time for me to get my revenge. I can put Sandra on the layaway just like she did to me, and Bryant's on me, so she can feel the same pain that I felt when she stepped on me all those years ago. But my mind quickly said, no, don't do evil to evil. Therefore, I felt the best revenge was to simply not give her a second chance. The real reason why I took her out was to show her the good man that she had lost. On her doorstep, I indicated that we should not see each other again, and we should go our separate ways. And as a result, I never saw nor talked to Sandra ever again. It took a lot of strength to walk away like that. But I remember what my father told me years ago. He said, "Son, sometimes the best way to get back at somebody is by killing them with kindness." And boy, I am so glad that I took my father's advice.